Hello folks, it's me Ben. I've got a couple scrap lawnmower motors that I was gonna intend to primarily use for some sort of art or piston removal, that sort of thing. This one, I believe at one time ran, but I'm a little confused because I had two of them and I've torn the other one apart and it had a broken connecting rod. So here's the connecting rod out of it. So obviously this one never did run. My son and I took it apart, so that's why I didn't film it, because we were busy doing that. But it has a broken, I can't even have a pretty piston and connecting rod, because I guess if I glued it together, it was broken. But there's lots of awesome valuable parts on this. A lot of these trash pick mowers I have this carburetor assembly. And, well, what I thought was this mower, which just ran poorly, apparently this one didn't run at all. This carb assembly is very handy to have, because now I can refurbish this one, and then once I get a mower that doesn't run well, and I'm looking at like maybe the mower there, my field mower, the mower that's currently doing all the composting, all have this similar carburetor. So this will be a fun, or at least a good thing to have, so I can rebuild it, and then if I need to, I can replace it at any time. The head assembly is also convenient to look at, because there is a metal shield here that, like, I'm having a slight heating issue with my compost mower because it's getting very hot, because it's working very hard. And taking this mower apart, you take the shield off, of course there's a lot of finning here to help cool things off, and it's quite plugged with dirt. So on my compost mower, I took this, it's very hard to reach this when it's actually still a mower, but you can loosen it. When you take the carburetor off, you can bend this plate down, clean out all the dirt, and then put it back to kind of stick it back up, and away you go, so you're back at it again. So that worked out pretty well for me. So I was able to get all the cleaning passages on the compost mower done. This kind of showed me where to do it. The only thing I've got left to do on this mower essentially is pull the valves out. I've got a screwdriver holding one open here. It does have a valve keeper, so I'll ping those out. But I do have the little arms here that ride on the camshaft. And I've been also having a hard time getting the bottom end off the mower here. Like, we've got the gear assembly. Here's the actual camshaft. Wow, it's actually plastic. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So the plastic camshaft, and then that's probably, I'm guessing, a oil splasher inside of it. But here is the crankshaft, FYI, in case you haven't seen one out of a Briggs lately. I'm sure there's tons of videos on YouTube of these, but doesn't look overly scored, or actually it does look kind of crappy there. So yeah, I'll finish hammering that off, and so we'll have the crankshaft anyway. Probably throw that part away once I get the valves out. It's not that pretty, kind of oil soaked, etc. That sort of thing. The head I probably don't even need. Probably keep the recoil start top. Maybe I'll just keep the coil for fun. The muffler, of course. The recoil, of course. Probably dump the flywheel. No need for that. Keep the carburetor. None of this stuff is good, because if you have a motor that wrecks this stuff, just throw the motor away, right? I mean, it's really, they are, at this point, not even a dime a dozen. You can get them cheaper than that. The crank you don't need, of course. It's more of a decorative hang it up. But hey, look, it's a crank thing. So we got this one all torn apart. What I will do is I will shoot a video of me taking this one apart. Once again, we'll salvage a lot of the parts off of it, mostly the carburetor. That's something that we can rebuild for other mowers, or if one runs like crap. This one just has the top off of it. It's about for the recoil start, which I think I swiped for some other mower. But everything else is here, even the air filter, which I'm surprised I haven't stolen yet. This one doesn't have spark in it, but we'll see about that later. But we'll tear this one apart as well. I can get off my bench too, just for parts primarily, and steal the carburetor. But if you have any questions or comments, am I missing a key? I think this is keyed on, and if I'm not hitting the key right, it might not. But if you have any questions or comments on this motor, need to look at some of the part in detail, just let me know. But if you just leave a comment. Thanks, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow.